Oh, I've seen a lot of tornadoes, but when it hits this close to home, it really impacts you a little bit more.
As the sun is up now and shining light on this neighborhood here, the devastation it just takes your breath away.
A massive tornado hit Enid last night. At least 40 homes were damaged, some even leveled. Sky 5, the first news helicopter flying over live that devastation. We have a team on the ground out there in Enid with the latest.
We want to welcome you in here on this Friday morning, and we know at least 10 people were hurt, and today officials will be working on assessing the damage. We saw from Sky 5 a neighborhood where most of the homes were completely destroyed.
And right now we have Governor Stitt with us to give you at home the latest on the response in Enid. Governor, thanks so much for joining us here. Just starting with an overall update, what are local officials saying that they need this morning?
Well, thanks for having me. I talked to the mayor last night and also the colonel there that leads Vance Air Force Base, and then we sent our highway patrol. They were flying drones for search and rescue and just had eyes up in the air just first thing last night. But we are so fortunate. Everybody saw on the news how bad those tornadoes looked, and like you said, I say fortunate. It's not fortunate for the 30 folks that had their homes destroyed, but all things considered, there was zero deaths and only minor injuries. And so just thank the Lord that, there were no deaths or anything like that. But right now we're just focused on, cleaning everything up. You can report damage at damage.ok.gov. And right now, we've got 1,600 people still in Garfield County without power. So we're trying to figure out how do we get that restored as quickly as possible for our neighbors.
Yeah, and Governor, I know that you will be working closely with local response agencies out there, and will be looking at some of the damage. I want to ask you, will you be declaring a state of emergency? What does that process look like before you can do something like that?
Yeah, well, we basically Annie Vest is our emergency manager, and when you declare an emergency, what you're trying to do is make sure that you waive any kind of weight limits or any kind of rules to get assets there to that area. You unlock some federal resources. So if it hits certain thresholds, we certainly will do that. Right now we're looking at, the Small Business Administration to bring in some low interest disaster loans to help people rebuild. But that's why it's so important that if you do have damage, to report it at damage.ok.gov. And then our team will be able to assess everything very quickly and see what we need to do to help to unlock any other funds and also get resources to those folks.
Governor, kind of take us back to last night and what response looked like in working with local officials there. How did the state really work hand in hand with the folks there in Enid?
Yeah, well, first off, we've got the local county emergency management responders with our fire and police departments, but you also have the state resources that then we can move generators and highway patrol and help with that, with the search and rescue. And like I said, we had them there. They were almost one of the first ones on site, and we were flying drones to get some access to some visual to see where we need to go do some search and rescue. But that's kind of the process. Is we have the locals will report into, tell us what they need, and we'll move. We'll be able to contact other resources around the state to help. Whether it's a wildfire or in this case the tornadoes, we're able to kind of be the command and control center for the entire state and move assets there. But fortunately, a lot of the locals are able to take care of a lot of this stuff. And they're it's the Oklahoma standard always on display as neighbors are helping neighbors. And I'll be heading up to Enid here shortly to also see what the locals need. I'll be working with our state representatives and senators, and I was in contact with them last night, and the mayor, just making sure they didn't need anything right then.
And we will be following up with you later this afternoon as well. But before we go, we know that we have the possibility for more severe storms into the weekend. Remind Oklahomans your message to them about staying safe, staying prepared, and just what we can do to be ready for that.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, as Oklahomans, we deal with this every spring. We've got the Memorial Marathon. We've got people from 15 countries and 25,000 people going to be running on Sunday morning. So hopefully we don't have any severe weather in Oklahoma City. But if we do, if there are the warnings from the National Weather Service that's located in Norman, we have to take those very seriously and take cover. And I've toured too many of these issues around the state and seen the devastation that can happen. So we have to keep our loved ones safe. We can always rebuild, but we certainly need to protect life and loved ones.
Protecting life and loved ones. Governor Kevin Stitt, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. We appreciate it. We want to turn now to meteorologist Jonathan Condor, a check of the forecast, because like we just said, we still have an alert day for us today.
We do. It's all about location. Enid, I'll just tell you, you're fine. You're fine today. Tomorrow, different setup. We're dry here in the metro. Got some clouds for sure. A little shower between Butner and Wetumpka, and there's one near Lamar. No lightning with that. This leftover rain, listen, if it was a big complex and it was crashing south, I would clear out our risk in southeastern Oklahoma. That's not the case. So let's talk about the footprint. Some of these cells could backbuild, and we have a 20% chance for OKC. But by the time they form, we have a north wind, no risk. We're fine. Southeastern Oklahoma, let's really pay attention this afternoon. There's still a threat. So yesterday it was up north. Today it's down south. All right, so there's risk. OKC got carved out of the risk. Makes absolute sense. Here's the tornado index. And so down south, the tornado risk, Sulphur, Ada, let's watch it. Pauls Valley, you're level 2. Strong tornadoes are possible down there. It's this outflow boundary. I don't like them because they enhance low-level rotation. They can kind of trump other things in the atmosphere and get the storms to produce those hook echoes. Temperatures, we're cool up north, 50s, and then it's warm and humid down south. Looking outside, yeah, we got a lot of cloud cover here. So we'll do 20% chance, maybe even a rumble of thunder, but I don't anticipate big hail today in the metro. We'll be in the 70s, 80s down south. Okay, the weekend risk, I got 2 more days after today. Each day is a little bit different. I'm gonna really focus on the tornado risk for each day. We'll get specific about the timeline. We're gonna do all that coming up here in a few minutes.
Excuse me, Jonathan, thank you. The Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management says there are around 40 homes that were damaged in Enid and Garfield County. And this morning, we are getting a better look at that now that the sun has come up.
And we have team coverage this morning. KOCR's Jordan Ryan and Kylie Thomas are live on the ground for us in Enid. Let's start with Jordan. Jordan, you have been out in town. You're in front of a house right now that has severe damage. But what else have you seen? What else have you heard?
We've been able to see pretty much the direct path that this tornado has taken. I'll show you what we're looking at right now. This is a house. I was able to speak with the people who own this home, and they did confirm to me this house had been somewhat vacated, but they were about to start remodeling it, and they were looking forward to that. But now they're probably going to have to tear what's left of this home down. The husband said he had lived here since he was 1 year old, and his mother had recently passed away, and so they had inherited this home. But you can see now that it's been destroyed. Just heartbreaking for them, as this is a property that's very important to people, but grateful that no one was there at the time. And then you can see right here on the ground, it kind of gives you just a little bit of better idea about the strength of this tornado. In the footage of it, you could see a lot of debris swirling around, and here it is. It is littered all over. As I look around me, I just see debris from this home that was picked up, ripped apart, and scattered across the street. If you can hear it, there are a lot of chainsaws going. They've got utility crews down the street here, and they are working to get the trees cut down so that these power lines that are above me, so that they can be repaired and power can be restored to those who have lost power. So lots of utility crews out here, first responders. We're going to be getting more information for you guys, and we'll pass that along as it becomes available. For now, live in Enid, Jordan Ryan, KUCO 5 News.
Jordan, thank you. Now we want to get out to Kylie Thomas. She has been in a neighborhood there in Enid, not too far from the Vance Air Force Base.
Yeah, and Kylie, you did speak with the Enid mayor just about an hour ago. What did he tell you?
Yeah, that's right. I sat down with Mayor David Mason in his office as he's about to head out to some of the hardest hit areas here in Enid to do an assessment with the Oklahoma Emergency Management. And this where I am is kind of one of the scenes that he's going to be touring. You can see behind me just a mangled mess. This was once a large shop. Now it has been leveled down to its foundation, a mountain of debris. And this is just a piece of the puzzle here in Enid. This is what the scenes look like, what emergency managers, what the mayor is going to be touring. I sat down next to the mayor and I asked him, what is the heaviness that people in Enid are waking up with this morning? And he said, it's heartbreak.
It's a tough day, I don't mind telling you. But the main thing is limited casualties and no fatalities. And how we manage that, I'm not sure.
Obviously waking up with a sense of gratitude along with this heaviness this morning here in Enid. Again, they're going to be out assessing the damage along with the Oklahoma Emergency Management. But right now we know more than 40 homes were damaged, many of those leveled, but the impact is countless. Reporting live in Enid, Kylie Thomas, KOCO 5 News.
The latest from Kylie and Jordan there on the ground. Now we want to get up into the air with Sky 5 pilot Chase Rutledge has flown over some of the hardest hit areas for us this morning, including the Gray Ridge Estates that took a very big hit. Chase, what have you seen while you've been up there?
Well, I can tell you what, we can see the whole path of the tornado. This is what Kylie just talked about. This is that shop where she was reporting, and you can see completely wiped off of its foundation. Now, Jonathan and I were talking earlier, whenever you see a home that has been completely flattened and off of its foundation, that's indication of EF4 or EF5 tornado, and we're seeing that a lot, especially in that neighborhood over by Vance Air Force Base. Fortunately, just like the governor said and everybody else has been saying, it's really a miracle that nobody died in this tornado. But the path was about 3 miles long, right after it passed Highway 51 east of Vance Air Force Base, and then all the way to almost the Enid Airport. And just a path of destruction along the way. Good news is it passed through a lot of open fields just like this, but the neighborhood back by Highway 81, that's what took the majority of the damage. We're going to get back over that and show you that here in just a little bit, guys.
All right, Chase, thank you. And an update from Vance Air Force Base this morning, clipped by that massive tornado last night. The base officials there say that they will be closed until further notice. All personnel have been accounted for, though, with no injuries reported. Today, they'll assess damage and check to make sure buildings are safe. They've opened the Vance Fitness Center for anyone on base needing help and will offer child care for mission essential responders.
And Enid Public Schools has confirmed that Eisenhower Elementary is closed today as a result of Vance Air Force Base being closed. They say all of the other campuses in the district will still be in session. Over in Wacomas, public schools canceled today, the district says, because of tornado damage, and they will be they know that this impacted some families in the district, so Wacomas public schools canceled for today.